Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top right side as the green Byzantines, we've got JIF music. Spawn on bottom left side as the red Mongols, we've got Wam01. Let's see what he's going to blow out his HQ, not HQ, town center. Right next to the wood and gold. They'll may need to push the gear a little bit forward to get a better placement, but looks like actually collecting up entirely gold at the moment. He's trying to power collect this gold, then going straight for the food. And now he's going to use the gear perhaps to find some sheeple. So he has enough gold for his age up, just need to get a lot more food. Of course, got the more balanced approach here. You have the cistern now plowed on out as well. There's a map generation. Looks like both these deer deposits spawn next to each other with a bit of gold here. So yeah, his food supply is pretty nice. Small berry deposit here, large, or another small berry deposit here. In fact, his natural, he's spawned pretty far away from berries, hasn't he? At least this would be a good spot for the winery. Going for some basic walls here. He fears a spear and rush, which simply is not going to happen this time around. So got a bit of overreaction already. When it comes to tree placement, it looks like all the Byzantine trees spawn forward, giving some good natural coverage, but of course makes it a little bit more dangerous to collect all the wood. Got the silver tree being deployed in the field, perhaps eyeing for a bit of trade, but the trading post is here, which is actually going to be a bit of a problem. He may need to go for this trading post or deploy the silver tree way down over here. Scout to spot the town center. Sheeple will be obtained. And now got the grand winery being built over here. The Mongol player, deer deposit spawn up front next to the gear, and another deer deposit back here. Berries off the side, and the woods off the side as well. So overall opinion seems like pretty bad map generation for the Mongol player. When it comes to the mercenaries, he potentially gets some his own Magidai as well as some desert raiders. He may, depending what the Mongol player goes for, he may decide for not going with that. Now I do have an archer range being established there. I wonder for what for. A lot of things it could be. Archers or Megadai. 1 to 3. Does go for some ×2 traders in a short path. Trying to squeeze out ×2, maybe secondary ×2 before reposition the whatchamacallit silver tree. And now got the Khan causing issues with 3 damage per arrow. He could pop the arrow there, but that would be not that great. Archer rank now pull in the field, trying to go for some basic archers. No mercenary camp just yet. You have a couple Magadai pulling field, so it's gone for silver tree Magadai, so maybe just a small amount of them. Speaking of the silver tree, going for another ×2, it's going to have 6 pretty soon, but not a good path. It's going to be quite poor income, 8 gold. Of course, the walls there is going to cause some issues. Does use attack speed arrow there, and gets out of range. Could perhaps focus on the archer, take some towns to the arrows. Does not manage to get any villagers. Denies a gold income, so he's not going to have an age up in time soon. The Mongol player could just start going towards his castle, or yeah, castle age, not fortress. Wrong Age of Empires. Well, we also got this other stone deposit here, so maybe he can start pulling out pastures around this stone deposit to get the extra sheep production in the future. We do have now a archer, maybe ×2 archer being employed in the field. Do have the Eastern Mercenary Contract. Eastern Mercenary Contracts give access to the Keshik, Gilam, Tower Elephant. You can fight Keshiks with Keshiks. Gilams are pretty good heavy infantry variant. And of course the Tower Elephant could be upgraded to the Hollow Daws if it gets the Ford Engineering Company, which are mounted to crossbowmans. Got Keshiks on the build queue for the Mongol players, not eyeing for a faster fortress or castle. Silver tree migrating over here, not a great spot for it still. I'm going to keep this trader selected. It is going to be 42. Usually at max distance, this gets close to 70 at the edge of the map. Can't swipe those infantry unit or villagers all too well. The town center is providing some good coverage, but Keshiks could be another matter. Got ×2 Keshik and a single Keshik on the build queue, so soon be 4 Keshiks. Trying to skirt around. And there are absolutely no backline tree deposits from the claim, not even tiny patches. Got some Byzantine Keshiks now pulling in view. +1 range damage on the way for the Byzantine player. Magadai will also slow down formation. They are slower than most cavalry units, or slower than all cavalry units. So they will slow down the Keshik formation. So it's probably a good idea to leave them behind. The Khan moves at full speed, at least full speed as heavy cavalry. Doggo does go down. Let's see, no pastures just yet. The gear could try to redeploy. Got another stable here for a bit more stability in his life. Here comes a Keshiks and Scout. We do already have an outpost here. We have an arrow slit. These archers and villagers trying to back on out of there. His own ×2 Keshiks heading down south. The archers could just take time to put some rounds into the Scout. 3rd Keshik there, so these Keshiks will be just fine. And since the outpost is built, the Yam network will allow him to easily pursue these Keshiks. I wonder where the Khan is at the moment. That villager may go down. Does get the hit there on the villagers. The Khan could fall back wherever he may be at. There's more Keshiks there, more traders. Looks like the Keshiks having trouble pulling out the spear for the charge attack. There's a Khan. I was going to say a speed arrow could be quite handy. Byzantine players starting to get pretty close to his age up. Mongols almost have enough gold. Couple more catches down there. You have a small escort force. Spearmen are probably the best units to help protect his trade, because most of the time it's horsemen raiding traders. Spearmen do just fine versus Keshiks. Now the outpost here not only provides protection for these villagers trying to collect the berries and potential other resources, it also provides the Yam network, improving the income of his trade. Archer is not going to provide too much fire support. Trying some traders now. Traders can get inside the outpost. Got an arrow slit here. And the archers slowly getting some good damage whittled down. These guys fall some back. Green's cut off 2 civilians so far. We know it's been 1 villager, 1 trader. So green and red has not killed off a single. He also only killed off what appears to be a single scout so far this entire game. So, well, of course, it's been olive oil units. So Keshiks and Keshiks being olive oil units does not count to the army value, because yeah, the green definitely has more than 420. Cistern of the first hill being employed in the field. That's the rare of the 2 83 landmarks. I'm interested. May suggest he's going to go for cataphract play. No Lumitane deployed in the field. Red is backing off, taking a bit of Talon Center fire now. Another pair of Keshiks deployed in the field. He's got an outpost here. He's going to try to torch on down. No fortified outpost just yet. Keshiks now engaging. Villagers trying to repair up that outpost, but also makes him pretty exposed to those archers. Arrow there, improving the attack speed of his archers. Of course, it's not no whistling of arrow upgrades, so got basic 1 extra volley pretty much. Keshiks are taking out the Keshiks quite nicely. Red's Keshiks are taking a bit of damage. We can start torching this down once again. Archers firing away against Green's archers. Green does have +1 range damage, red does not. More catches the on field. Outpost has been torched. Trying to repair it up. May just want to evacuate out of there. Archers gain some good damage to the villagers. Keshiks now engaging the Keshiks. Outpost still on fire. Khan has been picked off there. And being stretched across Oblivion or Skyrim. Outpost fully fortified, so it does take less torch damage now. Archers firing away. Got some cataphracts on full view. Super heavy cavalry. A large amount of these Keshiks are getting quite damaged. Mongols' age up is still pretty far away. Cataphracts push way forward. Another large round of Keshiks. Got some archers here. No veteran archer research on the way. It still has a +1 range damage advantage. Mongol player's got +1 range damage and armor, so both sides are equal in that aspect. Does use some flasks there. Probably best to look at the cataphracts use them, but does recharge pretty quickly, but he's out of charges. Mongol archers 3-4 since they're both on equal footing. Well, that means they're on equal footing. Outpost not fully repaired. Good damage here. Archers engaging, gets a good damage. Got more cataphracts here. A large amount of cataphracts in the build queue. Archers just not being produced anymore. Probably just going to keep one of those guys in reserve. Mongol players not eyeing to age up anytime soon. How's this trade coming along? Has 15 traders, so has maxed out Silk Road benefits. Green can also try grabbing some relics, get some extra olive oil income. More Keshiks on the build queue. Supplementary Keshiks is not a bad thing to help support the cataphracts. Cataphracts pushing way forward. They have 5 ranger armor right now, so these outposts to deal minimal damage. Another arrow slut here. Another cataphract here. Engaged by a basic auto attack arrow. We've got eye for more blacksmith research. Cataphracts or Keshiks here in good numbers. These cataphracts here in good numbers as well, so they will defeat these Keshiks in one-on-one combat. Archers quick on down. Got some cataphracts getting some excellent trample attacks there. No defense. Oh, wait. No, Mongol player, yeah, does not have access to the defense arrow. He's not age 3. We just have the Byzantine player selected. Keshiks charging. It does use a speed arrow there to catch up to the cataphracts. Veteran or hardened spearman is out of the way for red. Losing a good number of traders. He's down to 10. Look, a very good number of traders going down for the Mongol player. Mongols can't keep their trade alive since they can't build basic walls. You know, historically they can build stone walls. Massive trample there. Couple of regular Keshiks. No veteran mercenary contracts research just yet. Keshiks getting ripped apart over here. Cataphracts doing just fine. If the cataphracts survive in good numbers, a priest or 2 wouldn't be half bad. More of red civilians going down. Keeping a small garrison of spearmen here wouldn't be half bad. Small garrison spearmen here wouldn't be half bad as well. Got some crossbowmen being pulled off a Byzantine player as well. Six more Keshiks on the build queue for the Mongol player. And more spearmen as well. It's on the outpost. The extra arrows are doing what, 5 damage? 7 arrow damage per shot. So these cataphracts take a lot of damage. More of these traders going down, so they can number them. Spearmen train needs to just attack, move forward. Good number of spearmen here as well. Does use the flask here. The health gets both from 300 health for Gen, so they'll quickly top off their health, and they'll still have some still required. Does take out that monk there. Green has picked up 1 relic so far. Spearman heading down south gains a good damage there onto these cataphracts. Another good flasks consumed there. Cataphracts tramples the villagers. Kesh is engaging. Mongols are still nowhere near aging up. This one time I think it really needs veteran Keshiks. Got a decent amount of olive oil stored up by the Byzantine player. Could just save stored up for now. Going for some now unvetted Keshiks with his olive oil. Split up the spearmen, put a small garrison on both sides. Pearl Tide now being established now by the Mongols. I think he canceled basically all of his Keshiks to get it out in the field. Down to 11 traders. Possibly could none of these villagers go down. He does not have textiles, so let's go for the pre-told defense, giving +2/+2 armor. Just because they have spears doesn't mean they do bonus damage versus cavalry. Single Keshik rotate around, but we'll get some decent defense here. Trader takes some hits there. Castle Age for the Mongol player. To go for also the network to get his infantry move faster. Byzantine player is now going for teardrop shields. Veteran Keshik, veteran spearman researching on the way for the Mongol player. We got some Varangian Guard not being researched by the Byzantine player. He always mixing some Giloms along with it. Cataphract does drink another flask there. Going to take a lot of bonus damage there though. Does not manage to get picked off though. Mongol player does have a decent amount of stone stockpiled, which could be used for many things. Keshik did not engage to hit the charge attack there. And no, it seems like it should have. Good attack there on that trader. 2 more Keshiks do go down. Got these Keshiks engaging the spearmen. Got multiple outposts here. Some of these villagers going down as well. Going for a double spring gold there, so it's not fine to bring us keep a garrison spearmen there. At this point in time, I think a single spearman would be better than a single spring gold. Or 2 spearmen, be cheaper. And he has plenty of population space for it. Flask gains some good health for Jin there. And probably needs to get out the Yell Network so the Spearman can properly defend as well. Curl will tie for 4. Looks like the Red's going to try to finish the game, but he's going to get quickly surrounded. Does have a good number of crossbow field as well as some Keshiks and Spearmen. Man, nope, does not manage to pull out the curl tie. Push force forward, Limitani on the front line, crossbow firing away. Scouts preventing the curl tie from redeploying. Keshik's rotating around, but maybe too late to get the curl tie deployed. Scouts will go down. He's interrupting his own placement with the curl tie. Curl tie will now be built there. Got the arrow there, but likely the whistling arrow has not been researched. Still, you have the curl tie aura. Khan has gone down. Arrow's on cooldown. Keshiks dying for a counterattack. They are veteran Keshiks now. Probably trying to raid some villagers. Mongol player at this point in time may need to get out some men at arms. Spearman push way forward. Multiple flasks being utilized over here. Vanguard getting some good damage. Crossbows firing away. Kotai has been reestablished here, getting some good health regen for the Mongol player. Up north, got the Keshiks. Looks like dispersing around, trying to get some hits on some of these civilians. Redfield has more civilians on the map, so his economy is better. Sixteen Traders has maxed out Silk Road. Keshiks do go down there. Spearman trying to pursue some more Keshiks. Good Spearman brace there. Take out the Keshik. And the Byzantine player does have his veteran mercenary contract, so he does have access to veteran Keshiks. And veteran Gilams as well. At this current rate, he may just need to get out regular archers. Go for regular horsemen. Mongol player does probably still have early horsemen available. Keshik does go down there. Kurotai's been redeployed up here. We've got all these forces trying to hunt down these villagers. Crossbow engaging these villagers. Crossbow's gonna go on down. Keshik for 4 got some Mongol Spearmen advancing. Got some horsemen here as well. Keshik's able to deal with the horsemen no problem. Got a attack speed arrow there. Now we do have the Step Lancer research as well. Some of these villagers get hit by some spearmen, horsemen trying to engage them. Gets a decent spear brace. Kesh perspective 4, crossmen get distracted by some of these other structures. Kurl has now been redeployed over here. No siege engineers. Cognite Palace not being pulled up by red. which was a pretty good value item. You get a lot of good stuff from that. Crossman, however, being chased around by the Byzantine player, he does have a decent amount of olive grows on the field, and decent amount of olive oil stored on up. I do going for some more Keshiks. Byzantine player though has a Magan on the field. Crossman standing and fighting, of course fighting a bunch of light units. Common Palace almost complete. Couple spear in here, takes out some of these Keshiks there, very nice. Takes out some of these villagers there. Maganel gets a great strike, and Green does back up game, seeing the age up. This is Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.